Hello everyone. So in your lower classes you have seen different operations that can be performed on given numbers. Suppose two numbers are given, say 2 and 4. So you know how to add these numbers. Similarly, subtracting one number from another, multiplying as well as dividing one number by another number. These type of operations you have seen in the lower classes. So similarly, in this class we are going to see different types of operation that can be performed on the given matrices. So first one, addition of matrices. So we can add any two given matrix if it satisfies the condition that they should be of the same order. If the given matrices are of the same order, then we can add those two matrices. Then how to add the given matrices? We have to add the corresponding elements. Add the corresponding elements of the given matrices. So these two things we have to remember while addition of matrices. First one is to add any two matrices, they should be of the same order. Second one, to add those matrices, how to add? We have to add the corresponding elements. Suppose consider the matrix A is equals to Aij. Let the order of the matrix be m by n. Consider another matrix B is equals to Bij. So here also order of the matrix say same m by n. Then the addition of the matrices A and B, let us denote by the matrix C. Again we are going to represent its element by Cij. Order of the matrix C will be same order of that A and B, that is m by n. And the elements Cij, the elements Cij are obtained by adding the elements Aij and Bij. Consider one example. Let A is equals to the matrix 1, 2, minus 6, 7, 8, 0. So this is the matrix A. Consider the matrix B. 6, 5, minus 2, 10, 12, minus 7. So these are the matrices A and B. See, both the matrices are of the same order. So order of the first matrix is 2 by 3. So since it has 2 rows and 3 columns, similarly order of the matrix B is also same order, that is 2 by 3. Then the matrix C is equals to, here C means that is nothing but the sum of the matrices A and B. The matrix C is obtained by add the corresponding elements. So that is, first you have to add 1 and 6. So if you add 1 and 6, you will get 7. So that is C11 is equals to A11 plus B11. Next element, to get the next element, add the next two elements, that is 2 and 5. That is 2 plus 5 becomes 7. So the element C12 is obtained by adding the element A12 and B12. So next element, add the next two elements, that is minus 6 minus 2. So we get minus 8. Similarly, this element is obtained by adding 7 and 10, 17. Next element, that is 8 plus 12, 20. Similarly, 0 plus minus 7, that is minus 7. So like this we are going to add the given matrices. You have to remember these two things. One is they should be of the same order. Second one, any element is obtained by adding the corresponding elements of the given matrices, that is A and B. Next, multiplication of a matrix by a scalar. Suppose consider the matrix A of the order m by n, and consider a scalar k. Then the multiplication of the matrix A by k, we are going to write it as k into A, is obtained by multiplying each element of the matrix A by the scalar k. So multiplication of a matrix by a scalar means what we have to do? We have to multiply each element of the given matrix by the given scalar quantity. Consider the example. Suppose consider the matrix A is equals to 1 minus 6 2 0 4 5. So this is the matrix of order 3 by 2. Then consider the matrix 2A. 2A means we are multiplying the matrix A by the scalar quantity 2. Here what we have to do? We have to multiply each element of the matrix by the scalar quantity. Yes, scalar quantity is 2. So multiply each element by 2. So what we'll get? 2 into 1, 2. Here 2 into minus 6 minus 12. 2 into 2, 4. 2 into 0, that is 0. 2 into 4, 8. 2 into 5, 10. So this is the multiplication of the matrix A by the quantity 2. Again, order of this matrix is 3 by 2. So order will remain same if you multiply any matrix by the scalar quantity. Negative of a matrix. Suppose consider any matrix A, then the negative of the matrix A we are going to denote it by minus A. Okay, and how to obtain the negative of the matrix A? So we are going to obtain the negative of the matrix A by multiplying the matrix A with minus 1. If you multiply the given matrix A with the scalar quantity minus 1, so you get the negative of the matrix. So we can write like this. Suppose A is the matrix of order m by n, then negative of the matrix A that is denoted by minus A is equals to, we can write it as minus 1 into A. So that is equals to minus Aij. Again order will be same, that is n by n. Means we have to multiply each element of the matrix Aij with the quantity minus 1. Example, consider A is equals to the matrix 2 minus 5 6 0 6 7 minus 12 13 4. So this is the matrix A. So order of the matrix is 3 by 3. So 3 rows and 3 columns. Then negative of the matrix A. So we can write it as minus A is equals to, as I told, we have to multiply each element of the matrix A by minus 1. So what will get? Minus 1 into 2. So that is minus 2. Minus 1 into minus 5. 5. Minus 6. 0. Minus 6. Minus 7. 12. Minus 13. Minus 4. Here also order will be 3 by 3. So like this we are obtaining negative of the given matrix. Next, difference of the matrices. So this is similar to your addition of two matrices. So difference of the matrices. We can find the difference of the given matrices if they are of the same order. Order of the given matrices should be same. Second one. So we have to find the difference of the corresponding element. So find the difference of the corresponding elements. Suppose consider two matrices A is equals to the matrix Aij of the order m by n. Similarly, consider the matrix B is equals to Bij of the order m by n. See here, order of the both the matrices are same. In the difference of the matrices, let us write the difference of the matrix as D is equals to the elements of D. Let be Dij. Order will be same, that is m by n. How to obtain these elements? Dij. That is, we have to find the difference of the corresponding elements. That is Aij minus Bij for all values of I and j. Now, for example, consider A is equals to the matrix 2, 4, 0, minus 2. B is equals to 1, 6, 2, minus 2. Clearly, both the matrices are of the same order. Then the difference of the matrices A and B. Let us write, that is D is equals to consider A minus B. Then D can be obtained by find the difference of the corresponding elements. First 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1 becomes 1. Next element 4 minus 6, that is minus 2. 0 minus 2, that is minus 2. Minus 2 minus of minus 2, that is minus 2 plus 2, we get 0. So like this we are going to find the difference of the given matrices. So they should be of the same order, and difference of the resultant matrix is obtained by finding the difference of the corresponding elements of the given matrices. Next, properties of matrix addition. So the matrix addition follows the sum of the laws. First one, commutative law. So that is for any two matrices of the same order, consider A and B. Let A be the matrix Aij of the order m by n, and B is the matrix Bij of the order m by n. Then clearly we can say that A plus B is equals to B plus E. So this is the commutative law. If you consider any two matrices of the same order, then the sum of the matrices, that is A plus B, value is same as B plus E. So you can easily prove this one, since we know that addition of two numbers satisfies the commutative law. By using that one, we can prove that addition of two matrices also satisfies commutative law. Second one, it also satisfies associative law. Here also, if you consider any three matrices of the same order, suppose A, B and C are the matrices of the same order, say m by n, then A plus B plus C is same as A plus B plus C. So first if you add the matrices A and B, then if you add matrix C, this value is same as first if you add the matrices B and C, then if you add the matrix A, both values will be same. So this is the associative law. Third one, existence of additive identity. So consider any matrix A of the order m by n, then there exists a null matrix which we are going to denote it by O. Means all the elements of this matrix is 0. Again, it should be of the same order of the matrix A. Then we can easily see that A plus O is same as O plus A is equals to A. So that is, for any given matrix A, there exists a null matrix of the same order such that A plus 0 is equals to 0 plus A is equals to A. So this is the additive identity. Fourth one, existence of additive inverse. Consider the matrix A. Of the order m by n. Then there exists a matrix minus A. Minus A means negative of the matrix A. We can write its element by minus Aij. So of the same order, that of A, such that A plus minus A is equals to minus A plus A. So that is equals to 0. 0 means here it is the null matrix of the same order, that is m by n. So these are the different laws under the matrix addition. Next one, properties of scalar multiplication. Suppose consider two matrices. A is the matrix of the order m by n, and consider the matrix B. It is also of the same order, say m by n, and consider the scalars k and l be any two scalars. Then first property, k into a plus b is equals to ka plus kb. Second property, k plus l into a is equals to k into a plus l into a. So these are the two properties under scalar multiplication. First property, if we add the two matrices of the same order, then if you multiply by some scalar quantity k, that is same as what? If you multiply each matrix by scalar quantity k, then if you take the sum of those two matrices, so both values will be same. Second one, second property, so that is, first if you add any two scalar quantity, then if you multiply that with matrix A, that is same as if you multiply the matrix A by quantity k as well as A by n, then you can take the sum. So these two values will be same. So these are the properties of scalar multiplication. Now we are going to see very important operation on matrices, that is multiplication of matrices. So multiplication of two matrices is possible if the number of columns in the first matrix should be equals to number of rows in the second matrix. Suppose consider two matrices. A is equals to Aij, and the one more matrix B is equals to Bij. Then the product AB is possible if number of columns in the first matrix should be equals to number of rows in the second matrix. So I will consider the order of the matrix A as m by n and order of the matrix B as n by p. See here, number of columns in first matrix, number of columns is n, and number of rows in the second matrix, that is also n. So since number of columns in first matrix is equals to number of rows in the second matrix, we can multiply the matrices A and B. Then how to multiply the matrices A and B? So we have to take the rows of the first matrix A and we have to take the columns of the matrix B, multiply them element wise, and we have to take the sum. So we will get the product of the matrices A and B. Let us take the product of the matrices A and B as C, and its element will be C. C-I-K. Let it be, the elements be B-J-K here, because order of here m by n, here order is n by p. So I will take the elements as B-J-K. Then the product matrix that is A into B, I will write it as C, whose elements is given by C-I-K. And order of the product matrix C will be, that is m by p. So order of the product will be m by p. Then how to get the elements of the matrix C? The element Cik is obtained by taking the ith row of matrix A. So ith row of matrix A can be written as A is equals to AI1, AI2, AI3, so on. Since we have n columns, so last element is AIN. So this is the ith row of the matrix A. Take the kth column of matrix B. So kth column of matrix B is, so what we will get? B1K, B2K, B3K, so on. Last element is BNK. See here, since it has n rows, so last element of the kth column will be BNK. Now the element CIK is obtained by, so multiplying this row with this column element wise. First we have to multiply element wise. Then we have to take the sum of this product. That is AI1 into B1K. We are finding the product of these two, this row with this column element wise. Next AI2 with B2K. Next AI3 with B3K, so on. Last product, that is AIN with BNK. So we have got the product here. Then we have to take the sum of this product, that is add all the product. So like this we get the element CIK. So if you consider one example, you will get clear idea how to multiply two matrices. So let us see one example. Let us see the example for multiplication of matrices. Consider the matrix A. That matrix A is equals to 1, 2, minus 1, 2, 0, 6. And consider matrix B. B is equals to 6, 4, 2, minus 2, 1, 0. So we have two matrices A and B. So order of the matrix A is 2 by 3, since 2 rows, 3 columns. Order of the matrix B is 3 by 2, 3 rows and 2 columns. So clearly we can multiply the matrices A and B, since number of columns in the first matrix is equals to number of rows in the second matrix. So since both are equal, what we can do, we can multiply the matrices A and B. So let us see how to multiply the matrices A and B. I will take the product of the matrices A and B as C. C is equals to A into B. And how to get the elements of the matrix C. So as I told, the order of the product will be C here, this order, that is 2 by 2. Means order of the product has 2 rows and 2 columns. So let us see how to find the elements of the product matrix. So we know that the product has 2 rows and 2 columns. So let us find out the first element. First element, I will denote it by C11. Let us consider the first element as C11. To get the element C11, as I told earlier, you have to consider the first row of the first matrix. So here first matrix is A. So we have to consider first row of the first matrix. This is the first row. Again, we have to consider first column of the second matrix. So this is the first column of second matrix. So multiply them element wise and then take the sum. So see here, 1 into 6. Product is obtained by 1 into 6 plus 2 into 2 plus minus 1 into 1. So this is the first element of the product. First element is obtained by multiplying first row of the first matrix with first column of the second matrix. So next, to get the second element, if I denote it by C12, what we have to consider? First row of the first matrix with second column. See here, C12 means first row of the first matrix with second column of the second matrix. Consider the second column. Again we have to multiply them element wise, then we have to take the sum. So multiply 1 into 4 plus 2 into minus 2 plus minus 1 into 0. This is the second element in the product. So we got first row elements. So to get the first row elements of the product, we have considered first row of the first matrix with different columns. First column, this element. Second column, we got this element. Next, to get second row elements, so I will denote this element by C21, means it lies in second row, first column. To get this element, what we have to do? We have to consider second row of the first matrix. So consider the second row of the first matrix with first column of the second matrix. Again, similar to previous step, we have to multiply element wise, then we have to take the sum. So 2 into 6 plus 0 into 2 plus 6 into 1. So we got the first element in the second row. So next element, we can denote it by C22, means it lies in second row, second column. Again, to get this element, what we have to do? We have to consider, see here, second row in the first matrix with second column in the second matrix. Consider the second column. So what we will get? Again multiply 2 into 4 plus 0 into minus 2 plus 6 into 0. Again we can see that order is 2 by 2 matrix. I hope you understood how to multiply two matrices. So one thing you have to remember is number of columns in first matrix should be equals to number of rows in the second matrix. Then to get first row elements in the product, what you have to consider? You have to consider first row of the first matrix with different columns. First row, first column, you get this element. First row, second column, you get this element. Similarly, to get second row elements, so you have to consider second row of the first matrix with different columns. Second row, first column, this element. Second row, second column, this element. Like this, we can find the product of any given matrices with the condition number of columns in first matrix should be equals to number of rows in second matrix. Further, you can simplify this one. So what we will get if we simplify? 6 plus 4 minus 1 here, 12 plus 0 plus 6, 4 minus 4 plus 0, 8 plus 0 plus 0. So that is equals to 10 minus 1, 9, 0, 18, 8. So this is the product of the matrices A and B. So if you solve more problems on exercise, so you get clear idea how to multiply two matrices. So in the next class we are going to see the properties of matrix multiplication as well as the exercise 3.2. Thank you.